Hi all. Today our topic is Java static keyword. So, Java uses a special keyword called static keyword. You might have already heard about the static keyword in C language. And what is the main purpose of the static keyword? Static keyword is used for storing, and actually its main purpose is storage. Something like once you have to store that, like it, static keyword mainly concentrate on memory management. So the static keyword in Java is also for the same purpose. The static keyword in Java is used for memory management. So we can apply Java static keyword with the the class consists of data members and member functions. For these data members and as well as member functions, you can apply the static keyword. See, we can apply Java static keyword. You can see here, we can apply Java static keyword with the variables, methods, blocks, and nested classes. Here, variables in the sense what? Data fields. And methods are nothing but member functions. And coming to blocks, I will discuss in the next classes. And nested classes will discuss. So if you use static keyword, what are the other advantages? You see, Java supports global methods, variables with the help of static keyword. Right. Java supports definition of global methods and variables that can be accessed without creating the objects of a class. That means if you want to access any data member of a class, you require a object. So for any class, if you want to use that particular for any data member of a class, if you want to utilize in another main function, then you have to create an object for that particular class, and with the help of that particular object you can access the data member or a member function. So that's what you are clear already. But what if you use Java static keyword, like static keyword, like you can access the data members and member functions without creating the objects, right? So, and the such members whatever we have prefixed with the static keyword are called static members. So defining a variable by making with the static methods, like, so what is another purpose is, with the help of static methods we can assign values to the static variables, that we will see in the next slide. Okay, this feature is useful when we want to create a variable common to all instances of a class. I will tell you, please wait here. So what actually this means is, so actually there is a one data member is there. Suppose if you consider there is a student class which consists of a roll number, student name. So roll number we used to declare int roll number, string name, and we have university. The university is common for all the students. University is common for all the students. Where which one is unique one? No, roll number and names. Both these two are unique for every students. And when it comes to the common for all the students is, which data member is common for all the students is university. We'll see the next. See in the next slide. One example I will show you. So note, Java creates only one copy of a static variable which can be used even if the class is never instantiated. Note, once again you please read, Java creates only one copy of a static variable which can be used even if this class is never instantiated. When the class will be instantiated, when you will create an object for a particular class, then only class will be instantiated. What is the main purpose of the static keyword? With the help of static keyword, you don't require, or you no need of declaring, or you no need of creating any object. Without creating the object itself, you can access the data members as well as member functions of a class. That is what the main purpose. Okay, the static keyword can be used with variables, are also called as class variables. Methods are also called as class methods. you can use static keyword with the blocks. You can use, you know, static keyword with the nested classes, as we have seen in the previous slide. Let us see how to declare a static variable. So if you want to declare any static variable, you need to prefix with static keyword. You see here, I have not declared any static variable here. So we'll see. The static variable can be used to refer the common property of all the objects. The static variable can be used to refer the common property of all the objects. So you see, for example, company name of employees. If you consider class employees, employee ID, employee name will be different for all the employees. When it comes to the company name, it will be common for, it's a common property for all the objects. Suppose student 1, student 2, student 3, employee 1, employee 2, employee 3. If you consider it like similar fashion, employee have employee ID, employee name, and we have the company name is common property for all the objects. So for a college name of a student is common for all the objects. The static variable get memory only once in a class area at the time of class loading. See, when the memory is going to be allocated is, there are three types of memories will be there, as you know already: stack memory, heap memory, class memory. We will see in the next slide. Okay, you see this particular, whenever the static variable, see, when you have declared any static variable, whenever you are calling for the first time, when you are loading a class for the first time, the memory will be allocated at the class level. See, advantage of a static variable, it makes your program memory efficient. How it is going to save our memory efficient? You see, suppose here I have not used the static keyword. For our better explanation, you see here, int roll number, string name, there is a class called student. You see string name, string university, some courage. Suppose there are 2000 students in our university. Now all the instances data members will get the memory each time an object is created. Suppose S1 is created. How much memory is required? 4 bytes. Again string, a specific number of bytes. All the students have its unique roll number and name. So instant data member is good. Here university refers to the common property of all the objects. So if you make it static, this field will get memory only once. Okay, let us understand with the help of a diagram. This is stack memory. Stack memory consists of various objects: S1, S2, S3, S4 if you want to create so many objects. See, for every object, a specific memory blocks will be created. For every object, block will, suppose if you have a 3 objects, 3 blocks will be created. Each block consists of number of instance variables. Let us see what are the instance variables here. Here instance variables are roll number and string name. How about this one? The college is static. The college is what? Static. Why it becomes static? I have prefixed the college data member with the static keyword. And hence what happens is, for these two variables, memory will be allocated in heap memory, but this particular for this particular static variable, memory will be created at the class area level, at the level of class area. So this memory will be created only once. See here, only once. Only one time it is going to be created. How about this one? For student S1, one separate block. For student S2, some separate block. If you have a student S3, separate block will be created. Hope you have understood. If you have used static keyword, only memory will be created only once. So please go through the program once, understand it. I'm just removing the annotations. So we'll see the next slide. So in this slide, I have given one more example. Without static variable and with the static variable. So if you consider counter, counter, like, counter need to be incremented, right, every time. So counter, you see, I have initialized the counter to 0, and I'm using a counter. What is this one? This one is called constructor of a counter class. This is used for incrementing the counter. When I initialize it with C1, C2, C3, I have created here how many objects? Again, I will take the annotation so that you will understand. Here I have taken three instance variables. Sorry, three objects. Three objects. And what happens is counter. This count variable will be declared for three times. Three times for every object. For C1 one time, for C2 another time, for C3 another time. So if you consider here, if you use static variable, I have declared this count instead of regular instance variable. I made it as a static variable. So what happens if I made it a static variable? This counter variable will only created once. Only created once. This will be shared by C1. This will be shared by C2. This will be shared by C3. What about in this case? C1 is going to share this one. C2 is going to share this one. Sorry. Okay. This C2 is going to share. If you consider this one, this C2 is going to share. However, for C3, this one is going to be helped. So for we have a three different counter. That's not an efficient program. So if you made it like this, so once you have initialized, default value will be saved, and then counter will start incrementing by its own. Right? But hope you have understood this one. We'll see. We'll remove the annotations. So the reason for giving and more examples is you need to understand clearly, right? Yeah, I'm left with one more annotation here. I'll just remove it. Okay. You see here, okay, we'll go ahead with the static methods. Hope you have understood what is a static variable. If you declare a static variable, memory will be created only once. For instance variable, memory will be created for number of objects. So if you have a number of objects 3 and instance variables are 2, so how many blocks will be created? 3 into 2, that is 6 blocks will be created. So if you use one static variable and you have a 3 different objects, only one block memory will be created. So coming to the static methods, the static method belongs to the class rather than the object of a class. So that means, here also the static methods also, we don't require an object to call the static methods. Usually what happens is, if you have not used the static methods, all the methods you need to call with the help of the object only. So if you use static keyword in before the any method, these static methods we can access without creating the object. So a class can have methods that are defined as static. Example is main method. Anyhow, public static void main. So we use static there. So without even creating the object, the main method is calling. You need to understand. You need to think once. So for every method in a class, if you want to access, you require an object. For what happens if you use static? So if you use static, you no need of creating any object. You can call directly. So static methods can be accessed without using objects. Also, there is no need to create any objects. Static methods can have static data members and can change the value of it. So what is the another purpose of the static method is, these static methods are used for assigning values or initializing values to a static data member. For initializing data members, you can't initialize static variables inside the instance methods. What are the instance methods? The regular methods which are does not prefixed with the static keyword, right? So if you want to initialize the instance variable, we use instance methods. If you want to instantiate static variables, we will use static methods. So they are prefixed with the static keyword, as you know. So static methods are generally used to group related library functions that don't depend on the data members of its class. So for example, is math library is regularly, static function. So we'll take one example so that you will understand. So here in this example, I have taken student roll number, student name, university, and I have used one function called static function here. This static function, why I'm calling it a static function? This function is prefixed with the static keyword, and this function is used for, visually function method is interchangeable I'm using. So this method is used for changing the value of this particular static variable. So I'm using one constructor to pass the values, and I'm using one display function. So sorry. So in this class, you see public static void main. I am creating a change function without creating the object. With the help of the class name itself, I am calling. You see, remaining all methods, like we have a display method. How I am calling? I am calling with the help of an object S1, S2, S3. But what happened with the change method? I have never used the objects. So this is what one of the advantage of the static method. What is advantage of the static method? So these static methods you can call without using the object. One advantage. Static, and the second advantage is you can initialize static variables. You can initialize the static variables. You can say another example here. So we have a calculate static int cube. So this method I am calling directly with the help of the calculate dot cube. You see how actually we have to call. How actual thing is, if you have not used the static keyword, you have to create calculate space c is equal to new calculate, and then c dot cube you have to call. C dot cube you have to call. But what happens right now? As it is a static function, we are directly calling that function with the help of the calculate, with the help of the class name dot cube. So what you need to understand, what you need to infer from the points is static methods we can call without using the objects, that's fine. But how are you going to call? With the help of the class name you have to call. With the help of the class name dot the static method name you have to call. Hope you have understood. Yeah. So another example I've taken comparator. So here you see here another example. What happened? Int start. Again we have a static int max and we have a static string max. So these methods how I am calling with, you can see here I am calling the max function. Without creating an object for the comparator class. Comparator dot max of AB. Comparator dot max of S1 comma S2. There are two strings. Another max is there, right? So comparator comma S1 comma S3. You see, you can understand that directly accessing using the class name. We are not creating any object. What is the actual style? Comparator C1 is equal to new comparator, then C1 dot compare C1 dot max. In that fashion you have to call. But what happened now? I am directly calling with the help of the class name. All right, we will see the what are the some restrictions are there. So some restrictions are there with the methods. So what are the restrictions is they can only call other static methods only. Static methods are used for the initializing the static variables, and as well as inside the static methods you can only call the static methods. You cannot call the instance methods. They can only access the static data. You can't access the instance variables. So they cannot they can't refer to the this keyword and super keyword that we'll discuss. I am going to create another video on this keyword and super. There you will understand. So another thing is, so static keyword will be applicable for static variables, static methods, static block. So unlike in C++, Java supports a special block called static block, which can be used for static initialization of a class. So this code inside a static block is executed only once. So what happened is, before the main, if you want to execute anything, then you will create a static block. So the first time if you make an object of that particular class, or the first time if you access the static member of a particular class, this static block will be executed. So for example, we'll see one example. So also the static blocks are executed before the constructors. So please, we'll go ahead with the example. You see here, there is a class called test class. We have one static variable I and another instance variable j. So we have created one static block here, static block, and this block consists of I is equal to 10. Because as it is static block, you can assign values to the static variables. I is equal to 10, and this is called static block. And in the main program, when you are like, we don't have to create any object for this static block. So you can directly call with the help of the class name, with the help of the class name. Call because I is being accessed for the following time. When you access the I for the first time, this block will be invoked. Once again, I'm repeating. According to this statement, the first time you see here, the first time you access the static member of that particular class, then the static block is executed. So you see here, I am calling the test.i. Test.i is static member. Whenever I have called this particular, whenever I'm using this, whenever I'm using test.i, this static block will be called. Right. We have a static nested class. So what is a static nested class? This is something like, a class inside another class. A class inside the another class. You can see a static class that is created inside a class is called static nested class in Java, and it cannot access the non-static data members and methods. That means what? You can't access the non-static members inside the static class. So if you have the static members in the outer class, you can access in the inner class. You can see here, outer class is there and we have inner class is there. This inner class I am prefixing with the static class. As this is a static, you can see here, static int data. This is a static, data member. You can access the static data member inside the static inner class. So that is how I am used. Whenever you want to see, it can be accessed, static data members of outer class including the private. You can even access the private members also. Static nested class cannot access the non-static data members in a method. You can see how to create an object for this one. So if you want to create any object, basically I told you for a static classes you no need of creating any objects. So I am creating an object for the outer class. So test outer dot inner object is equal to new test outer dot inner object dot message. When you call this one, this method will be executed and the data is 30. The output is 30. You don't need to create the object of outer class because the nested class is static and the static properties are methods. Class can be accessed without object. And another example we'll see. So Java static nested class example with the static method. You can, if you have the static member inside the static nested class, if you have the static member inside the static nested class, you don't need to create an instance of a static nested class. You see here, test outer 2. And we have this one data member that is static, and we have one static inner class, and we have the static message. You see, this time I have not created any object, no need of creating the instance of a static inner nested class. I'm directly calling it. You see here, in this case, I have created an object to call the inner class. But in this case, I have not created any, any message. So what is the conclusion for today's class is, first thing is the static keyword in the Java is used for the memory management. And this static keyword use like whatever the members which are static, you can access in the static methods. The static keyword will be applicable for, this static keyword will be applicable for what? Data variables, data methods, and blocks and nested classes. Hope you have understood this class. We'll see in the next class. Thank you all.